Hey everybody, welcome to day one of the Next Level Badassery Challenge. I am so glad that you are here. I hope that you are excited and pumped. And I want to tell you, this is going to be so fun. So I hope that you hang with me all 5 days because we're going to have such a blast. And I just want to tell you right out of the gate, my intent is not to be perfect. My intent is to have fun. So I want to make sure that we're having lots and lots of fun. Okay, are you ready for day one? Because here we go. So my whole goal for the next 5 days is to walk you through the exact steps that I use with my clients to help them believe in themselves more and more and take the next level steps in their lives. So you're going to want to participate in all 5 days to get this process down for yourself so that you can use this in any time, in any way you see fit, in any area that you want to leap in your life, now or later. Also, there are super fun and cool daily prizes. And at the end, I'm going to pick one person to win a half-day session with me. So you get a full 4 hours with me, one-on-one, where we are going to do a deep dive on all the shit that's keeping you stuck so that you leap to your next level. So excited about that and so ready to do that with one of you. So let's get into this, shall we? Here's how the challenge is going to work. Each morning, you're going to get an email with all the steps in that day's challenge. So you're going to get a video just like this. Hey, what's up? A PDF to follow that has all the steps and the bonuses to complete that day. And then you're going to come to the Facebook group and post your homework challenge steps and check off each step that you complete, each task that you complete in the units section. So Facebook groups have a new thing that you can add units on the left-hand side. And so when you go into the Facebook group, click units, and every day, every morning, I'm going to post that day's stuff, all the tasks. So you can just go in and go click, 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 I did it. And that's where I'm going to be looking at the end of every day to see who's completed what so that you're entered into the daily drawing. So I'm also going to be scrolling through the Facebook group. I'm going to be responding to your posts, but I want one easy way to see, did you do all the things or didn't you? So make sure that you go to the unit section and check off every time you've done a task. Got it? Awesome. So let's talk about today's challenge. So before you dive in, there are some things that you need to know about why this exercise is first, why this task, why this challenge piece is first, and how our brains work. Because when you understand how your brain works, you can understand how to use it and bystep it when it's getting in your way. And that will help you leap. Like truly, it is all about mindset. It is about all the reasons that you tell yourself that you can't or you're not good enough or it'll just never happen. So we're going to vault over all of that bullshit that's in your brain and help you get to that next level. We've got to understand how our brain works first. And when we're in our own way, that's truly what that means. Like our thoughts are keeping us from taking action. We're stopping ourselves out of fear or anxiety or whatever. We're going to get past all that shit. But most people don't change and become their best selves because change is hard. It's not always fun. We can make it fun, but it's not always fun. It means that we have to get uncomfortable. And we don't want to be uncomfortable, right? What's the point of being uncomfortable when we can just stay the same? Our brains love what is easy and routine, comfortable, pleasurable, familiar. That's why bad habits are so easy to start and so hard to break because it's uncomfortable to break them. We're going to get into habits too later. But our brain's default response to change and to discomfort is no, thank you. Bye. No, I don't want to do that. That's hard. Let's do what's easy and comfortable and routine instead. Because our brains love what's familiar because it's safe. You know, it provides this like base level of comfort. And we are also wired for reward and for pleasure and instant gratification. right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's so much more fun and interesting and feels so much better to eat ice cream right now than to work out because it's pleasurable and comfortable and rewards us now, while working out is not going to reward us until much later, right? Working out can be awful, especially when you first start, right? It's uncomfortable, it feels bad, you feel gross and sweaty, and you don't even get any visual like confirmation that anything happened other than now I feel gross and I'm sore and I'm tired. Like the rewards come later and our brains want the instant gratification right now. So it's so much easier to go, I don't feel like working out. I think I'll have some ice cream instead. And the same is true when it comes to staying in a job that you hate, right? Instead of finding something new or starting your own business or going for a promotion, it's so much easier and more rewarding now to stay safe and just bitch to your coworkers instead of make the change. That's scary, right? So leveling up and becoming better and better versions of ourselves means a lot of discomfort. But I'm here to tell you that discomfort is the currency of success. And I'm going to say that again. Discomfort is the currency of success. It is the cost. It is the price. And it is a worthy one because we can have so much more than we ever dreamed of when we're willing to get out of our comfort zone. So the more and more we can get comfortable with being uncomfortable, the more success, the more fulfillment, the more happy we will be in our lives and the better people we will become. And that's what I want for all of you. So how our brain works is that there are essentially three aspects of you happening in your mind at all times. And there are a couple of different ways and metaphors that I like to use them, but I'm going to introduce a couple of them to you now. So we have the inner cave person, right? I also call it the lizard brain. It's the part of us that automatically reacts on instinct, fight, flight, or freeze, right? So we've evolved out as a society, but our brains really haven't evolved all that much for like 10,000 years or so. So we have this deep part of us that tries very, very hard to keep us safe from death, right? Or even threats. And when we think about leveling up, it might equal death in our minds. So because you'll have to speak up more, you might have to be seen more, you might have to be more visible, you might have to take a stand more, you might have to go after more. And this part of our brain just wants us to be safe from harm, which could mean saber-toothed tigers outside or ostracization, that's a word, from the pack, right? Because there are social fears around getting too big too, making people mad, not shining our light because, oh my God, what will they say, right? They might kick us out. If we piss everybody off, if we get too big for our britches, we might piss everybody off and they might like kick us out, right? And then we could die and starve. And that would be, the opposite of what we want, right? So the survival instinct is still very much a part of us and often gets to drive the car. And when I say that, I sort of mean like if your brain was a car, fear is driving a lot sometimes, right? Then we also have the dictator or the inner critic, depending on how you want to think about this version of you. And this part of you is, again, also trying to keep you safe, but it's trying to control like your basic urges, right? It's trying to keep you in line with what society thinks that you should do. It's trying to keep you in your place, right? Harsh words, criticism. It sounds like this very loud voice in our heads. And often we identify so much with that voice that we think that that's who we really are. And I'm here to tell you that it's not, because you are the watcher, the part of you that's watching essentially like your instinct brain and your inner critic argue with each other. Like, do you ever just sit back and go, oh my God, my brain is totally fighting with itself. What the fuck? Why is this happening? Like, that's who you really are. That's the part of you that sort of elevates and makes decisions on who is right every day. And so there's two parts of you arguing with yourself and one part of you watching it all happen pretty much all the time. And another metaphor that I like to use for this is like a courtroom. And so there's defense, there's the prosecution, and then there's the judge, right? And the part of you that's like really you is the judge. But there are these other two parts of you that are constantly fighting with each other. And in this metaphor, I like to say that the prosecution has all of the evidence of how not good enough you are, how bad you are, all the shit you've ever done. It's basically like I have the past and I have these stacks of files and evidence on who you've been. And the defense is the part of you that wants to grow and become and create amazing things. And so the defense, unfortunately, has a smaller stack of evidence because that's what our brain looks for. Our brain looks for the negative automatically and believes the negative far more readily. And so you can be having the best day ever. You just launched a book. You're having an amazing day. All the reviews are coming in. And then this one review gives you a 1 star. And it's like, yeah, I didn't really like it. Your brain is going to obsess the fuck out of that 1 star. Who is that? Why are they saying that? What the hell? What do they mean? And we're missing 100 other reviews that are 5 stars. Like, that's just the way that our brain works. That's our evolutionary conundrum. It's because it is just as true that the 100 5 stars are just as true, right? They are true. And they should outweigh the 1 star. And yet that's not the way that our brain works. And so when we're looking at this courtroom metaphor, the prosecution is the past and all the people that we've ever been in our past and all the things we've ever done and all the things that we've done wrong, for sure. And then the defense is like, yeah, but I also got a master's degree. I'm also a really good swimmer. I also know how to knit. I'm really good talking to people. I love to communicate with people. Like, these are all my good qualities, but our brain has such a hard time shifting focus to that. And so the judge, the part of you that's watching this happen every day, often sides with the prosecution. So our purpose in this first exercise is to help you start stacking the deck for the defense, to help your brain start to look for all of the good shit, all of the goodness, all the places where you've been awesome, all of what's truly good about you. And yeah, prosecution, always going to argue, always going to have an opinion, always going to have a yeah, but, right? Quiet. Just for today. We'll come back to you, promise. So this is also going to cause a little bit of cognitive dissonance, right? Meaning that your brain is not going to want to believe the good. It's going to want to discount it. It's going to want to credit other people. It's going to want to bring in the yeah buts, right? And that's totally normal and totally okay. And we're going to get to that. But just notice what your brain is saying and keep going with the exercises through these whole 5 days, because your brain's going to have a lot of opinions. They're not all valid and they don't all count as much as others. Totally normal, right? But this is going to be a glorious retraining of your brain and what it looks for. We're going to help it look for the good. Okay, so on to the challenge. Your challenge is part 1, create a badass brag book. So I want you to grab a journal or an online document for yourself, or even just a piece of paper, whatever you feel like using. But I want it to be something that you can come back to often, because this is just the beginning of this badass brag book. You're going to make 3 lists. The first one is what you've accomplished in your life, your whole life, all of it. Did you finish kindergarten? Awesome. Did you finish elementary school? Dope. Middle school? Great. Did you graduate high school? Fantastic. It counts. Were you on a team? Did you ever score a goal? Right? All the things you've ever accomplished. List number 2 is going to be everything that you are good at. Everything. I want it all. Give me all of it. Like mine has, I'm good at baking. I'm good at knitting. I'm good at crochet if I feel like doing it. I'm good at needlepoint. I'm good at photography. I'm good at coaching. I can make a great cup of coffee, right? Like all the things that I am good at. There's a shit ton of them. I could list them all day long. So I want you to list yours, all the things that you're good at. And then the third list is arguably the most important. And that is what you have tried hard at, even if you failed, because this list is providing proof of your courage, proof of your resilience, proof that you are a badass motherfucker. So, list 1, everything you've ever accomplished. Get ridiculous. I don't care what's on it, get ridiculous. The second list, everything that you are good at, as much as possible. And 3, what you tried hard at, even if you failed. And frankly, especially if you failed. We want proof that you are a badass and that you have courage and that you are willing to get up and keep trying. And it's okay if there's not a whole lot on this list too. Even just one thing. Like one of mine is I tried out for cheerleading a lot until my 9th grade, that first year of high school. I failed every fucking time. But I was like, I'm going to get this someday. I'm going to figure out what the magic sauce is. And I kind of did. And then I kind of was like, oh, this wasn't actually all that important to me. But I tried really hard at it. I got really good at jumps. I got really good at cheering. And it was fun. And I had a great time. And I was brave as a motherfucker. Because let me tell you what is not for the weak of heart. It is trying out as a cheerleader in front of the whole cheerleading team who has been there for, 1, 2, 3 years. The girls have been doing it all their life. That is not for the weak. It is scary as fuck. So that's your first task. Create a badass brag book with your 3 lists. The second part is to go post 10 reasons from that book that you are a badass in the Facebook group. And I really want you to feel into your badassery here. Really pump yourself up, right? And then part 3, I want you to comment on 5 other people's posts and pump them up too. Celebrate their badassery. Let's own these wins. Let's retrain our brains to look for what's going right. Look for all the ways that you are already a fucking badass, because it's true. Okay, and then the bonus. And this gets you 3 more entries into the daily drawing and the Friday drawing, the grand prize drawing. So the bonus is to create an Instagram story and use the hashtag Badassery Challenge and tell all your followers the 10 reasons that you are a fucking badass that you told the group. Tell them all about the Next Level Badassery Challenge and invite them to join you. And I'll provide the link for you in the group if you don't have it already. And tag me on Instagram. My handle is @TheEnlightenedBadass, so I can watch your story and make sure that I count you in the units section. So complete each bonus every day to get 3 more entries for the daily prize and the grand prize. And remember to go to the unit section and check off your tasks when you finish them, okay? So go kick ass, take names, tell me all the reasons that you're a fucking badass already, and I will see y'all at 8 o'clock Eastern tonight. Bring your questions, bring your ahas, bring all your celebrations. I want to know how it's going. I want to know what you're getting out of this. I want to know how you feel at the end of today, how owning your badassery really feels to you. The next couple of days are going to kick ass. And show up tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern. Bring your wins, bring your celebrations. I'll pull a daily prize winner. I will see y'all there. Mwah.